Eunice Roberta Hunton Carter, July 16, 1899 to January 25, 1970, was an American lawyer. She was one of New York's first female African American lawyers, and one of the first African American prosecutors in the United States. She was active in the Pan-African Congress and in United Nations committees to advance the status of women in the world. She led a massive prostitution racketeering investigation, building the case and strategy that allowed New York District Attorney Thomas Dewey to successfully charge Mafioso kingpin Charles "Lucky" Luciano with compulsory prostitution. Carter was born in Atlanta in 1899, the daughter of William Alphaeus Hunton Sr, founder of the black division of the YMCA, and Addie Waites Hunton, a social worker. Both were college-educated. Her paternal grandfather Stanton Hunton purchased his freedom from slavery before the American Civil War. Her brother, W. Alphaeus Hunton Jr., was an author, academic and activist noted for his involvement with the Council on African Affairs and promotion of Pan-African identity. The family moved from Atlanta to Brooklyn, New York, after the 1906 Atlanta race riot. They attended local schools. Their mother, Addie Hunton, was active with the NAACP and the YMCA, achieving national status. She was selected as one of 2 women to go to France during World War I to check on the condition of United States black servicemen. Eunice graduated in 4 years from Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts, receiving a bachelor's and at the same time, in 1921, a MSW degree from the college's recently formed School for Social Work. After a brief time as a social worker, she decided to study law. In 1932, Carter became the first black woman to receive a law degree from Fordham University in New York City. Gray, 2007, N.P. In mid-May 1933, Eunice Carter passed the New York bar exam. 2 New York women, 6. Smith awarded her an honorary doctorate in law, LL.D., in 1938. Carter soon established a career in both law and international politics. In 1935, Carter became the first black woman assistant district attorney in the state of New York. As assistant DA, she determined that mafia boss Lucky Luciano must be involved in prostitution. Carter then put together a massive prostitution racketeering case that eventually implicated Luciano. She convinced New York District Attorney Thomas Dewey to personally prosecute the case. Luciano was convicted and served 10 years, and then was deported. The conviction was described by Luciano biographer Tim Newark as a landmark in legal history, as it was the first against a major organized crime figure for anything other than tax evasion. The case generated national fame for Dewey, which he rode to election as the governor of New York. He also made 2 unsuccessful runs for the White House, one against President Harry S. Truman. Dewey benefited from Carter's prosecutor skills, and had genuine respect for her. She frequently accompanied him to political events in Harlem and elsewhere, and reporters noted that she offered him advice. Judge page 6. Active in the Pan-African Congress in the 1920s, Carter later became active in the United Nations, serving on committees that advocated improving the status of women. Eunice Carter, 14. In addition to her work for the UN, she also served on the Executive Committee of the International Council of Women, an organization with representatives from 37 countries. U.S. Women's Unit. 9. Additionally, she served on the board of the YMCA. Gray, 2007, N.P.